Okay. Okay, motion passes. Do you want to take the others topic by topic, or do you want to just go with to me? I would take all of page 1, with the exception, and again, I have to confess I'm not really sure what this DVC versus DVA means. Mufflers, Senate Bill 726, House Bill 1302, House Bill 1449. Backup beepers, these are all pretty similar bills. Senate Bill 600, House Bill 60, and House Bill 1303. The car alarm bill is House Bill 63. Vehicle noise, Senate Bill 1339 and House Bill 198. And then what I called music noise, which is basically reproducing sound 50 feet from a device, either on a street or a car, and that's Senate Bill 179. Then there was a bill on yard equipment, House Bill 1332, having the department establish rules on yard equipment. And if anybody understands the DVC versus DVA, we can discuss that, but I don't really know enough about it just yet. I put that, but I wanted to be as complete as I could, but I don't really have much information on that bill. So I would make a move. I would make a move that we support all the other bills that I just mentioned.
I was going to say, can we support all the bills up to that DBA? Because I got some questions for Mark about that in this movement.
Okay. Okay.
Discussion, please. Hearing no discussion, do you want to call for the vote?
Good. Yes. Yep. All in favor? Say aye. Okay. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Ray, is that an abstention? Okay. So we have then.
Was that accurate? Ray is the only abstention.
Ray, are you abstaining? You were abstaining on the entire motion?
Okay. So you have 2 abstentions.
So 2 abstentions. So then it would be 12 ayes, 2 abstentions. Okay, motion carries. Right. No, I agree. Now on the agenda we put.
I know what it is, and I have just some questions about it that I need to answer before I can understand whether it's something that I would support or not support. The trade-off is the DBA it weights the decibel level measurement to the low end of the spectrum, even beyond the range of the human ear, even beyond the range the human ear can hear. And what it does is it tells you what kind of noise will rattle your windows, but you may not hear it. The DBC is a weighting standard that is in tune with the human ear and the range of sounds the human ear can hear. And my concern is if we adopt a rule that favors keeping your windows from rattling, but makes measurement of high-pitched noises that would wake you up in the middle of the night, that might not be a good thing, because I'm more concerned about being wakened in the middle of the night than having my windows rattled. So I don't understand enough yet to know which direction I would go.
Jeff.
No, I agree with you. I don't understand. The little that I've dealt with DBA for years, that's been the standard, 65 to 85 DBA. It's standard. Equipment's calibrated that way. I don't know if they need to get new equipment for this, but it's a standard which has sustained itself over these years, and people can relate to that. People who can relate to these levels kind of know what that is. So I don't understand. I don't know who uses the DBC system, and I don't understand why we change it. I'm likely going to vote against this.
Well, I didn't know that we were going to take a vote on it necessarily. I think we're just going to defer that issue, right? Pardon? No, I thought we were just going to, I mean, we can, but I mean, I think I just included that, again, trying to be thorough, indicating that that was a noise bill, but basically saying that we would just sort of defer that. And again, for those who remember how these things have gone in the last few years, this thing may be 2.5 pages now, but by the time we're done at the end of the session, it's going to be about a half a page, right? Because most of these bills are going to die within the next several weeks anyway. So by the time our March meeting rolls around, we'll have a better sense as to which of these bills are even still alive. So at this point, we're just going through a complete list, but we'll have a chance to prioritize as we go along. So I would just say let's just keep it there for informational purposes now. Okay? Okay. On the next page, you have scooters and mobility devices. I think Bob and Rick Egged already talked about, was it Senate Bill 281 and House Bill 140, which did mention the idea of counties regulating the segways, and that seemed like a good idea. Our chair has already been down there personally testifying on that, and Rick has been supportive. I think that would make sense for the board to go on record. I included, and I guess there are some potential questions about how people feel, on Senate Bill 722 and House Bill 771. That's the one that allows scooters on the sidewalk, so long as the operator is at least 55 years of age and it's not part of a tour. So it's I guess the good news is it begins to do something about these scooters, and yet the other side of that is that it seems like a bit of an arbitrary demarcation. I'm guessing that the intent was to allow it for senior citizens, and I'm again guessing, because I haven't really talked to the sponsor, but that they probably figured that if you own one of these scooters, you must know what you're doing in terms of how to use it, and that what they were trying to get at was going after the tours where you have the first time trier who thinks it's fun but doesn't know what they're doing, and then they crash and cause problems on the sidewalk. And I'm guessing they felt that would be why they adopted this approach. Yes.
I just have a comment I'd like to make. As I studied scooter noise, I learned about how you're supposed to operate a scooter from the driver's manual. And when scooters were first allowed here in Hawaii, they were basically supposed to keep in the rightmost part of the road. They were supposed to basically behave like a bicycle. But if you watch scooters today, they're like motorcycles. They're little rockets. And I rue the day that Hawaii decided to make motor scooters legal. And I think that we've talked about restricting their use in Waikiki because of our density. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure we should support these scooters at all, because they're going to go the way of scooters. They'll become something else. They'll make laws, but those laws won't be they won't be enforced, just like scooter laws aren't enforced.
Okay. Other points of view,
Yeah,
Les?
my worry is that some people with disabilities, that their choice of mobility, meaning, let's say a person with a certain disability wants to use a scooter as opposed to some other design. They got so many different designs.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible to, but you know what I'm saying. Who are we to, single out what they should be using or not, as far as free choice for the person with disability? I know Joanne knows what I'm talking about exactly, but that's one concern I have about that.
Okay. Helen? And then Ray?
Perhaps they should be required to get a driver's license for it, because, as you get older and say they're disabled, they may not be qualified to be driving it. And let alone on the sidewalk where people are walking. It's dangerous. So they should have to have a special permit if they're going to.
Okay, so I'm taking some of these comments as to say that you have some issues with the bill as written, then, right? In the interest of time, I want to try to honor what the chair was asking us to do in terms of moving this along. I would say that as we go through any of these, if we have a fairly easy consensus that we want to support it, then let's support it tonight. If we're not sure, then my advice would be to come back at the March meeting, and because again, February is a short month, so March is actually going to be here before you know.